It's the meme game.
Absolutely.
Someone knows the theme song.
It's quiet. I think
It's all the way up.
Oh. Well, that's probably fun.
Shit's about to get real.
All right, Stevie, we're going to do it a little different this time. So normally, I would pick a person and throw a meme here. We're just going to throw them to the panel, and we're just going to discuss. So, you know, whoever wants to go and take the first one, Stevie, lay it on us. Nothing says trust the science quite like a blanket preemptive pardon.
I am the science.
And there's the Fauci. There's the Fauci. What do you guys think about this one here?
I know George likes this guy, but like
It's not that I like
he was
him.
a
It's
petty
just
criminal.
he's not a criminal against. He's not Mussolini.
He's
And
not
that's-
Mussolini. No, you're right about that. But he was a petty criminal in a lot of ways.
That man oversaw the eight. I mean, he was in the
And he
AIDS
embezzled
crisis.
off of
He
it.
was
In order to become that powerful and respected, you have to do a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
Microphone, Danny, microphone.
In order
Yeah,
to,
there's very few powerful good people.
yeah, no, you cannot rise to power without
At least
doing
deserving
bad
of an
acts.
investigation.
to say the least.
I was going to say,
I agree.
there is a presumption of innocence in this country where you're not just assumed guilty because you are good at your job for 30
No, you
years.
consider
And
guilty.
we
if
do
you
expect
caught.
Trump to
Maybe,
do that.
maybe
when you
he-
accept
but,
an
but is
pardon,
it just
you are
possible? Is it
admitting
just possible?
to something.
Is it just possible he was the best person for that job and Trump hates him and
I don't see it.
and Biden pardoned him because he knows what Trump's going to do because Trump said what he's going to do?
Even you
you're
is
said
that
earlier-
even remotely possible?
Even if
said
you're
earlier
like
that they botched
80%
our
right,
response.
he was definitely not the best person for the job.
Or is it possible that he actively withheld
He was in
information
a
that
job
actually
for so long 'cause he
ended
was
up
corrupt. And that's
So
all he
was
was.
it
when was
Fauci or
corrupt
the
and
Chinese
leading to
that
the doom
unleashed-
of how many people? The death of how many
No one
millions
stays
of
in the
people?
job with that job that long without being corrupt in some capacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're blaming him for deaths, but you wanted more people to go to work without
Well, he was,
masks,
what
without
was it, the,
vaccinations
what was it-
because it was ruining the economy.
was it
but
ivermectin?
That was going to equate to less deaths?
Was it
Or maybe-
ivermectin?
Look, James is on your what you're saying right there, right? But I'm not. Like, I think there were a lot of measures that we took, that we could have took, that we should have took, and there was some things we could have done different. But like, Fauci was not like a great guy.
Look,
You know,
even
he
about
was a
that.
corrupt dude. He did a lot of shitty shit. You know, he sent our fucking bioweapons research over to discount
version
labs
of
in
funds and
China. He
funding.
shouldn't have done
Let
that.
me-
That's
okay,
where the
10
investigation should
just 10 seconds. I have this sneaking suspicion that people are going to get the impression that I am defending Biden pardons. I think it's the stupidest thing he's done with his presidency.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay.
Although I will admit,
So-
I'm very
Ruined his
happy
legacy.
with
But
the
however,
commutation of Leonard
it is
Peltier's
not a
sentence.
black and white issue. It is, you know, he is in a political environment unlike the which we have never seen. So am I the president and I'm going out and I see this guy and he's saying he's coming after my family? Do I not pardon them? I don't know as a father that I don't.
For what?
And I don't saying that's right, but I'm not saying
What are you pardoning him for?
because
That's
he
what I
has
wanna
the
know.
Justice Department, man. He
If
just
that-
put the Fox News guy in charge of the Justice Department.
If that-
what
well,
the fuck are you talking
Is it-
about?
is it fair to- 'cause, like,
he
almost-
complains
Yeah.
about weaponizing
Hey, guys.
and says I want to weaponize.
Whatever you all want to say, the truth is that the law applies to little people, not to big people, and that's all we're seeing here. It's
Of
more of the
course.
same.
Sure, and maybe you wouldn't actively say to the American people that you will not pardon your son, and let the justice system do the work,
I say
and then
that
do it. I
I'm
mean,
not
maybe
a
you never
defender
should have
of the
said
Biden
that when you were
pardons,
going for re-election,
Only to point out that it's not a black and white issue like you are making it seem.
and then clearly say nobody's above the law, except for all the people that get preemptive pardons.
Who the Supreme Court just nullified all. Why are we talking about no one's above the law? Okay, anyways, but this is a separate
This is what
conversation.
Biden said.
It is a
This is
separate
we got
conversation.
this is
You're
a whole
right.
this is
We're
a
gonna
whole
get into
rabbit
weeds.
hole that
Let's
we
see
don't have
another
time
meme.
for.
All right,
Let's go to the next meme.
Yeah. Why don't you hit us with the next meme? That'll change things up a bit, won't it?
Joe, I think you were referring
it's
to
just
this
another
one
Fauci
a little bit ago.
I'm
Oh, there it
There
is.
we go.
I did have
Yeah.
that, and
Totally
we did
glad
have that
people
discussion.
waving out the
So
hang
yes,
out
bathroom.
there it is,
Let's get-
guys.
Where's the videos?
This is
And that's the
He's
first
on it.
thing.
He's been on it all night.
The
Still
videos
shots.
is the big.
I don't think I need to keep that up.
That
No,
is a
you're right.
wave for most
So
of
like
them.
it's
the
all of
biggest
them.
thing
It's
the
all
best
of
thing
them.
I've seen of this is a side by side comparison of a white supremacist doing the Nazi salute compared to Elon doing it, And that was the best video comparison because the white supremacist does the whole specifically, they do the whole thing before they go up.
I think it's great that people on the internet care to try
Well,
to
I mean,
type
I think
of
he's
more- I mean, that's
analysis.
Even Hitler himself was lazy with it after a while and would just say,
because he was the Führer.
Actually, I broke it down frame by frame. And
By the way, that's especially after the
Nonsense.
bombing and the assassination attempt. That's because he was the one being saluted. He was just recognizing the salute back. So
So watch out for Trump doing this.
right.
Trump ain't gonna do
he's
that.
too busy dancing the YMCA. What does he
Oh,
do?
God.
Every event he has.
Every
he throws
event,
that
the fucking YMCA.
That
I used to
man
think
is-
that
Put
that
you
song
in
was
national
okay.
anthem
Now I
next
can't
year.
stand it.
used to be like
The
that.
YMCA clip was fucking hilarious.
Wasn't that actually
Trump
like
is
the
dark
one with-
gay
Biden.
Did you see
anthem
the one
for
where
a
he's
while,
on the
pretty
fucking-
much?
It was
Yeah.
no, Joe's right. It was the gay anthem for many years.
Yeah, and all
gays
of a
are very
sudden
proud
it's-
of it. No longer.
Yeah, not anymore. Huh?
Well, the reason why YMCA wore those outfits is because they were taking tropes from like underground gay porn because that's
Yeah.
typically how the male.
That's how I
actors would
dress.
up.
God damn it.
just like metal took on leather
But you're
culture,
not one of
right?
the village people.
Thanks to
Underneath,
Judas
You
Priest.
just throw on that hard hat and you're covered, dude.
Hit us with meme 3, Stevie.
you should be ashamed of yourself, Joe and Stevie, for that last meme.
Oh, that's the
Stevie, I
same
blame
damn
you.
thing. Yeah.
We just talked about that.
Yeah. No, that's my bad. That's my bad.
Put Joe to bed. He's tired.
What I
Not this Joe, that Joe.
well,
The Biden one.
both. I'm tired too. So that's basically the same thing.
All right, he's got one
I
more.
figured. I guess
That's more propaganda. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
folks.
yeah,
it
it
just
is.
slips in every now
Well,
and again.
we'll get
in
there.
retrospect, I figured that the first one would be a little bit more hardcore on Fauci, and then the second one would be a little more hardcore on the Biden pardons. But they're both the same.
We
damn
thought the
same.
Nazi thing would be lighthearted, folks. We're sorry.
Yeah, well, not so much. All right. So show
All right, let's
preparation
go.
fail. Hit us with the next meme. Fuck that meme. There we go.
Took my pronouns. So I have to.
A reality.
Well, as someone who taught on a college campus and knows
You know that
by,
girl?
by a book, and this is 4 years ago, right? There were 68 pronouns I had to be aware of by the time I left campus.
That's insane.
It's
they-
I don't
it's
mind
just
now.
gotten out
Look,
of hand.
I don't mind people being happy with their life. Just don't assume I know you're a they or a Z.
Bro, I know
without meeting
shit
you,
tons
without
of
having
trans
some
people.
conversation.
All
with
I
you.
know is he's, she's, and theys. I don't know anybody
I-
who's outside that range.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm talking
I
about
know
like
a ton of theys.
dozens of
I know
people.
cats. I had a girl who identified as a cat, and there was a whole conversation in the communications building at SIUC
We are not
about putting a
inclusive
litter
of
box
furries in
the
this
bathroom.
community.
Is she single?
That's one pussy you don't want.
Like, look, I'm not opposed to furries, but like, that's not your identity. That's a hobby.
I would agree. Like, there was something, I think me and Luke were talking about at work the other day. Like, somebody got pulled over and asked for the driver's, license and registration and said, well, I identify as a cat. And the officer, like, apparently proceeded to just fucking
Just neutered the shit out of them.
pretty much. They were just like, oh, you identify as a cat. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to have to call animal control. And, like, you're going to have to go through a series of rabies shots. And you definitely shouldn't be driving. And then
Spay you
They
under
just
the
pull up
table.
and put that fucking collar on her.
point to the passenger, and then the passenger's like, "Oh, I'm the owner." Well, in that case, you're going to be cited for multiple violations because cats can't drive.
This guy's can't. Well, no, Toots can.
Oh, it was fun.
Wasn't Toots' whole thing that he
Toots
wrecked
is
a lot,
well,
though?
he can drive up to a point, then he falls off a cliff.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah, no shit. Are we out of memes there, Stevie? Or?
The memes we're out of time. I'm
48
afraid.
minutes.
We got one more.
All right.
Well,
Do you
like
want
I
it?
said, I was not going to let you guys know ahead of time because then that would make it even more lax. But I knew this one was going to go over because there was just
In
way
other
too
words,
much
you
to
lied
cover.
to
let's
us.
get over it
And we
quickly. I don't
still
see this
didn't
meme.
cover it all. But let's hit up the last meme, and then there it is. Oh, I stole that from you,
he
Topher.
is. He
I stole that
is.
from you.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is the new Henry Ford, those who know.
So Henry Ford,
who
for
know.
those who don't know,
It was
literally funded
hated
and
Jews, by the
sponsored
way.
Adolf
Yeah,
Hitler.
he was,
a major force. He tried to push the U.S. to go into World War II on the opposite
Literally
side.
wrote about anti-Semitism in favor of
and
it.
I mean, like, Hitler was broadly funded by all of Wall Street. This wasn't like just a Henry Ford endeavor. The oligarchs were generally on Hitler's side of the entire thing.
Of course.
And
But
he's also
Henry Ford was
responsible for the
major one.
40-hour
They were
work
filling
week, so
up
fuck
Madison
that guy.
Square Garden with
The F-150 is a hell of a truck, though.
Unions are responsible for maintaining the 40 hours.
Thank you, George. You got that hella right.
I prefer GM.
All right.
All right. Well, this is fun.
This has been
hella
fun.
fun.
I knew this was going to go over. I mean, thank God we only went 20 minutes over
Hey,
because
that's
I really
The
I thought
folks
I was
at
going
home
to
had
break it.
fun, right? Yeah.
I hope so. So, this has been episode whatever of the Madhouse Show.
That's right. We don't count anymore.
Episode 13, Joe.
After 4, we lose count, folks.
Supposed to be 13. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know where these are going to place anymore. Who knows? Who knows how fast I have to release them because everything's old news, right? Like the minute. So this is probably going to be way old news by the time it airs.
It's going to be 1 week old. You're good.
Well, thank you so much to the panel, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I really like having these conversations.
Hope
you guys enjoy it. Definitely subscribe if you guys haven't yet, especially if you made it this far. You're a warrior. Nobody makes it this far in this videos. That's why we try not to do them that long. But I very much appreciate it. George, your thumbs up ain't gonna work. You don't have a you don't have a magnet in your finger like
Topher. Make it
Topher.
happen for you, man. I'm sorry.
It's whoever's sitting here. It like shows up.
Maybe. No, not me either. Okay, well, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. This has been the Madhouse Show, and we'll catch you next week.